Welcome friends, you know about the present situation. This is the critical time for our country about COVID-19. So be alert and stay at home, stay healthy, stay safe. And for this reason, Government of India, state government of different states stop their examination, stop the board examinations also, and the school, colleges, universities are also closed during this period. As far as this is the hugely transmission disease, and for this scenario you have to study. To the students, this is my request that you have to study at your home using your self studies, and I think you need some help for your self studies because school, colleges and universities are closed for this duration, and also your coaching centers may be also closed. So I have decided to upload some videos which may be helpful in your self studies. You can see these videos in my YouTube channel. Please do subscribe and share with your friends, and we will discuss about this very first session. We will discuss about class 12 syllabuses because of the students who have appearing in 11th standard examinations. The examinations are postponed now. They have to prepare for their final exam for the next year, so they will get a minimum 1 month less in total period. So I will first upload all the syllabuses, all the things related to mathematics in class 12 syllabuses. And if you support, if you like this, you can share with your friends who are now attending their 10th exam or already completed their 10th exam, who wish to take science stream in their HS level or 10+2 level, 11-12 level. So if they interested with my videos, with my classes, they can ask me for their 11th standard classes. I will also start that. Now first, this is for 12th standard. So spread this news, spread this video, and stay home, stay alert, and stay safe for yourself, and do your self studies, students. And let's start your first chapter using calculus. Now let me first tell you what interesting thing is that calculus is the most important thing of class 11-12, not only 11-12 in mathematics. You can see class 11, 12, graduation, everywhere you can see that in mathematics calculus is a huge participation in this. So I think you have to study calculus first because it has a huge syllabus in your 12th standard. So if you start this calculus portion, it will take a longer period in this year. So let's start calculus. First chapter is differentiation. You have already know what is differentiation in your previous class, that means class 11th standard. Now let me cover that part about your revision lessons. So what you have studied already, what is differentiation? Differentiating, you have already interpreted this differentiation in your class 11th standard. Differentiating means getting some rate of change. Rate of change means differentiation, and you have already know about what limit. And using limit, you can easily find out that differentiation and derivatives. That means f dash x, if a function y is equal to fx, this is called function of x, y is equal to function of x, that means fx. That in this case, if you find out its portion f dash x, you will get this f dash x is equal to, using limiting value, I am telling you this first law. This is limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus fx divided by h. This was the first rule or first law of derivatives. After that, you have known various rules, various formulas of derivatives, such as this is derivatives of ddx of number 1 x to the power n, that means exponential This is not exponential, this is indices. X to the power n is equal to n x to the power n minus 1. Thereafter you know that ddx of e to the power x, let me show you. This is exponential e, it is same. You know about the trigonometric function also. ddx of sine x is cos x. ddx of cos x is equal to minus sine x. Sorry. Now ddx of sine x is equal, sorry, not sine x, tan x already done. This tan x is equal to sec square x. You know these formulas, and there are so many formulas about this. That means log x formula you know already. Means number 6 formula, ddx of this equation equal to 1 by x. This is also. Now using these formulas, this is only 6 I have written. There is almost 12 or 15 formulas. You have to memorize all these formulas. Also there is a formula exponential a. That means if some constant a 1 2 3 4, anything maybe to the power x, this is called a to the power x log e base x. This is the formula, main formula. Now after memorizing this formula, understanding this formula, you have to proceed to further something. Further means you know sin x, cos x, tan x, it works, everything you know. Now something you have to jump in class 12 standard. That means this is what I have already said as the 11th standard formulas, 11th standard scenarios of differentiation. Now we are going to tell the next step of differentiation, that which is mainly called chain rule, or some other rules also is there. So first of all, you have to know about some functions, some special functions you will know in this part. Also one another thing that you know about this y is equal to fx in this part, if there is two functions such as v function, that means multiplication or product rule. Let me write down this here, dx of u and v both are function of x, so you will get first and second derivative plus second unchanged first derivative. This is the rule. Also you know the division rule, also u by v rule, that is this is how this in numerator part, denominator part, you will find out two parts. In denominator this is whole square of second part, and in numerator part this is difference with this part. Here is second unchanged first derivative minus first unchanged second derivative. This is the rules you have studied already. Now let me tell you some complications where we need this new rule. Now let me erase it. If you like to copy it, please take a screenshot. Now, what is the main complication in this part, and why we need to proceed for next formulas or next ideas about differentiation? You have already studied many things in differentiation. Now, let us tell you one new thing. If you get something ddx of, like it's sine square x, in such like cases, this is called a composite function. Why composite? Because here you can see this is a sine square x. That means if I say easy that this is sine x whole square completely. So sine x whole square, here sine x is a function, it is also whole square. That means easy if you see this is a whole square of some function. So if you like to do this using previous formulas, you can't do this. strictly you can't do this. Now, what you have to do now? You can see this. This is inside a formula, inside a function. That means sin x is a function, and its whole square is given. You have to find out the derivative of its whole square. That means whole square of sin x. Now, in this scenario, you have to use some chain rule. This is called composite function, and you have to use some chain rule. How is it work? Let me show you. You have to take here, let, if you have given y is equal to sin square x. Okay? You have given y is equal to sin square. Now let, I'm telling you, let sin x is equal to u. Then you can easily see that y is equal to u square. Is not it? Sin x is equal to u, then y is equal to u square. Now, let us see this, how we will do about the chain rule, how we will deal with the chain rule. Now, generally we have to find dy dx. That means derivative of y with respect to x. Dy dx means here we will use the chain rule so easily. That means very easy steps. How? See this. Dy dx is equal to dy du into du dx. How will this work? How will this work? This work as, see this, dy dx, du dx. As you can see that y is a function of u. I have taken this. I have imagined this, and you have to imagine this also. And u is the function of x. U is the function of x given here. So we can easily see this. We can easily write this, and you can see this. This is only balancing dy dx. Here is dy du dx, and u du cancelled. So you've got dy dx. Now you can easily find out these values, dy du and du dx. So let me see you. From here you can use du dx, as this is a function of x, so du dx is equal to cos x, and from here you can easily get that dy du is equal to 2u. Derivative of u square is 2u, and derivative of cos sin x is cos x. So put these values in this position. So dy dx is equal to 2u, and du dx is equal to cos x. Now put the value of u here. What is the value of u? You know that value of u is sin x. So 2 sin x cos x. Now again you can see this is a formula from trigonometry. What is chapter? Multiple angle. 2 sin x cos x means sin 2x. So you can easily write down this sin 2x. So this whole process is a new thing. This is a composite function. Composite function, and using this composite function to find out this composite function's derivative, we have to deal with this process. You can screenshot this if you like this, and pause this and screenshot this. This is a very important part of composite rule. Now, after this part, when you will be habituated with this process, this is initial case when you were initially started this composite rule. Not only sin square x, there will be many things like this. So many things which may be given as composite function. You can open your textbook and find out so many examples or exercises also. So you have to use these chain rules at the very initial stage. After starting this rule, after habituated with this rule, you have to use step jumping. How the step jumping works, I will see you in this side with this example, because using same example is very important and it will be great for you. So the function is given y is equal to sin square x. We have to find out the derivative of y. So given y is equal to sin square x. Blacking this disturbing. Now what you have to think about this? First, if you want to do this derivative directly without this chain rule, without this assumption, if you want to do this directly, so you have to find out what dy dx is equal to. First thing this, forget everything in this case. Just think this is not sin square x. Think about this is x square. Think about what? This is x square. So you know derivative of x square is 2x. So like that, don't forget this is not x square, but you are assuming that this is x square. So do like that. 2x it should be. If you take this total is like x square. So it is 2x. So 2 into x, but not x. This is not x, not actually sin x. So 2 sin x. Now into what you have to do. You have taken something, assumed something. You have to recover the assumption. What you have assumed? You have assumed that sin x is the total x. That means x square. You have used the formula also here. So now use you have to derivative. You have to write down the derivative of sin x with this. After doing this, multiply this with derivative of sin x. What is derivative of sin x? Derivative of sin x is cos x. So this is the main rule, main step. This is not the rule. Rule is here. This is the step, direct method. So you will get here from using multiple angles rule, sin 2x. This is the method. This is 2 step. Here is 4 step. So after studying this carefully, further go for these steps. Otherwise, not go. Do this first, then do this. Now I will tell you next method of this 12th standard, which is called implicit function. Implicit functions. First of all, you have to understand what is implicit function. What I have written previously here, if I don't erase this part, I can show you this one. I have written y equal to sin square. That means a function of x is directly written. This is called explicit function. This kind of function is called explicit function. Where one function can be written using other variable directly. This is explicit function. And in case of implicit function, you will get something mixtured like x and y. So you think as x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable. Now using x and y, if you make some equations like you have studied in class 11, circles equation, ellipse equation, straight lines equation also, and parabolas equation, hyperbolas equation, this all you can take. This is, in that case, you will get the involvement of both x and y, independent variable and dependent variable. And in some cases, you can find out dependent variable with respect to independent variable. If you find that is explicit function. And in some cases, you can't find out that. You can't express easily y is equal to this, but not like that. Like this, you have. This is the example of implicit function. Implicit function, if I say this part using an example, it will be easier for you. Let me show you an example. X cube plus 3x square y plus y square x equal to 5. This is an equation. Using this equation is, and this is an equation, and also this is a implicit function. So if you like to derive this, find out differentiation or derivative, find out dy dx. In such cases, you are asked to find out dy dx. From this case, you have to find out dy dx. Now, what you have to do? So, nothing to worry. You have to do derivative of this part directly. Do derivative of this part directly. So, what to write? Differentiating, this is the language you have to use in everywhere. Differentiating with respect to, this is the shorter form, with respect to W.R.T, x, we get, what you get? 3x square. This is easily plus this portion. First term and second derivative you have to use. 3 is the constant term. Now use first term and second derivative. X square. Derivative of y is dy dx plus second unchanged first derivative 2x plus y square's derivative is 2y using the composite function, that means chain rule, 2y into dy dx. How this 2y? This is y square. You think as it is x square, so you have written 2y, but now remember this is not x square, this is y square, so you use dy dx. That's all. Now, or let me use another ink. You have to free dy dx from this portion, then you will get derivative. And now this is this inward with dy dx, this inward with dy dx. We can find out what 3x square plus 2y into dy dx. I am doing some step jump. Is equal to, you will get, this portion is 0 because of this 5. Derivative of 5 is 0, constant term. Now 3x square and 2xy. This portion will be this side, minus 2xy plus 3x square. Now make free the dy dx. Check this if I have done some wrong. Yes, I have already done some wrong. For this reason, don't do step jumping at the initial stage. This is 3x square done, this is 3x square done. That means 3x square plus 2y, this is correct. In this bracket is 6, so this will be 6xy. So while doing step jumping, must be careful with the steps. So this 6xy, so this part will be 6xy. You can take count 3 here, 3x, not only 3x, but nothing to do. No cutting will be here, no cut. Only common portion, minus 3x. So it will be 2y plus x. And this is the final result, and this is your required dy dx, that means derivatives of y with respect to x. Now we have done this also. Now we have to go for the next portion, which is called parametric equation, but this is very interesting and very easy also. Parametric part. You can take screenshot, pausing the video. And again I am asking that if there is any mistake in calculation, please never mind, take it correctly and follow the methods mainly, because I am now illustrating the methods to you, not the calculations. So there may be a little bit mistakes in calculations. Now let me show you parametric equation, how to find out derivatives of parametric equation. First, you tell me parametric equation of parabola. What is the parametric equation of parabola? X is equal to 80 square and y is equal to twice of 80. This is the parametric equation of parabola. So you will be given x is equal to 280 square 80 square, and y is equal to twice 80. And you will be asked to find out dy dx. In such cases, you have to do what? In such cases, I asked everyone to do, give a partition, little bit. Now differentiate this part with t, because the t is the parameter. There will be given t is the parameter, a is the constant. Now differentiating with respect to t. Now another thing is this: what is parameter? You can ask me what is parameter. Now let me elaborate this. The parameter thing. You know about some variables. Variables, what is? Value changing. This is called variable. Independent or dependent, two kinds of variables. One kind of variable is parameter, which value is ever changing, and it may be somewhere constant also. Okay, this is called parameter, and it's generally written not using x, y, z, using some alphabets in between this constant, like t, like also pi may be parameter, angle phi. So let us do differentiate this with respect to t. So differentiating with respect to t, we get these portions are not taking this in. It's not a good thing. Dx dt is equal to twice 80, and dy dt is equal to twice of a. You know. Therefore, dy dx is equal to, this is also balancing using balance method. Dy dt divided by dx dt. Here dt will be cancelled and you will get back the dy dx. Now put the values of this. Dy dt value is twice of a, and dy dx value is twice a, and cancellation twice a. There will be 1. That means 1 by t is the derivative value. This is the easiest thing. I think the easiest method. I think the easiest part of this chapter you will get. This is called derivatives using Parametric Equation. So you can pause and take a screenshot of this to see further uses. Now next, I have to tell you about inverse function, many trigonometric inverse functions. This is fixed, the values, the formulas using trigonometric inverse functions. Now let's tell you about that. Let's start. Trigonometric inverse functions derivative. So trigonometric inverse functions derivative is what? dx of sine inverse x. You know sine inverse x is the trigonometric inverse function. So sine inverse x derivative is 1 by e to the power of 1 minus x square. Number 1, this is, there will be 6 formulas like this. Here, because of there are 6 trigonometric functions and their inverse functions also 6. dx of cos inverse x. Let me do it first because it's only the formula, nothing else. Similar like sine inverse x, only the minus symbol is here, minus sine ddx of tan x, sec squared x, ddx of cot x minus cosec squared x, ddx of, now sec x and cosec x remained. First write down the plus formulas, then write down the negative minus formulas. Sec x, tan x. I am writing very fast. If you can't understand the writing, please pause the video and take the screenshot. It's a better idea for you. These are the 6 formulas of trigonometric inverse functions. You can easily say I arranged these formulas such a way that this and this formula are almost same. This is sine inverse, so this is positive. This is cos inverse, so this is negative. These and these formulas are likely same. This is tan inverse, tan x, therefore this is sec square x, but positive. This is cot x, this is cosec square but negative. This is almost same but almost similar but little bit changed. Sec x tan x, cosec x cot x, but negative. So you have to understand this and memorize it. Next portion, and only 2 parts remained. Don't stop the video. Just wait for the next 2 parts. Now this one is called logarithmic function, but I like to tell it as function to the power function. Why I say this function to the power function? They say this logarithmic function. Why? You have to use logarithmic function. You have to use logarithm to solve this. Let's see. You have given y is equal to x to the power sin x. Now tell me this. Can you find out any logarithm here? But you have to use logarithm. So this is called logarithmic function. And the argument of calling this a function to the power function, my argument, it is a function. It is a function. So function to the power function, can easily say. And in this case, this is logarithmic function as far as you have to take logarithms of both sides. Now taking log of both sides. You get log y is equal to, this will be before sin x. Take a bracket, log x. Now differentiate this and you will get the solved derivative. Let me see you. Let me show you it. Differentiating with respect to x. Derivative of log y will be 1 by y, but this is not the function of x, so we will take dy dx here. There will be first and second derivative, and second answer is first derivative, that means product rule. So first answer is second derivative is 1 by x, and second answer is first derivative is cos x. If you take one bracket, then the other part you will have to take bracket, log x. Now let me see. This will be this portion, y into sin x by x plus cos x log x. This example is taken randomly from my mind, from my memory, nothing from this book. You can find out so many examples of like such this in your books, in your textbook, in your everything, and solve the exercises also. Now put the value of y here. What is the value of y? This is x to the power sin x. So you get this. This is the result. This is the result. Check the method only and pause the video and take a screenshot to get this and understand this easily, step by step, when you are in free time. Now, very easy method. See this and understand this. So this is the called what is called this logarithmic function, logarithmic differentiation. Now next portion is the last portion, differentiating of a function with respect to a function. How is this? How is this? How is this? You have asked differentiate, okay, differentiate sin x with respect to what? You can take this is a trigonometric function, sin x. You can take a trigonometric function also. You can take a algebraic function. You can take a exponential function. You can take a general, what is called, logarithmic function, everything. So differentiating sin x with respect to I am taking what log x. Now you see, differentiate sin x with respect to log x. How we can do? Very easy. Just to think about the function which is called to take differentiation. Take this as y and that function which is called to take in with respect to, that means with respect to that function, take that as z. Now you get dy dx and dz dx both. Dy dx is equal to cos x and dz dx equal to 1 by x. Now you use that balancing method. That means you have to find out what dy dz. This is y, this is z. You have to find out differentiation with respect to z of y. You have to find out the differentiation of y with respect to z. That means dy dz. So we will get dy dx divided by dz dx. So what do we get? Cos x pi 1 by x. That means x cos x. This is the answer. Dy dz. That means derivative of sin x with respect to log x is x cos x. This was the last formula of this chapter, of this scenario. You can follow this chapter from your textbooks also. That means the chapter which is called in differentiation, chain rule, composite rule, implicit functions, logarithmic functions, trigonometric inverse function, and last one is differentiation with of a function with respect to function. This is the main chapter. You follow these examples. If you have some issues with my handwriting, please never mind. Take a screenshot, pause the video and take a screenshot, and I hope you will easily understand the writing, because we are doing this very faster, so the writing may be little bit bad. So what you have to do, you have to follow these methods all. There is how many methods? Composite function. Thereafter I have told you what parametric function, implicit function, 3, trigonometric inverse function, 4, 5th logarithmic differentiation, and 6th last one, this is differentiation of a function with respect to a function. That means 6 methods are there. Follow the methods, take the examples I have shown about you for you, and then follow your textbook, do the exercises, and if you have any issue you can do in comment section. Okay, this is for today. Be cautious about this COVID-19. Stay alert, stay healthy, stay at home. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.